What's up, wrestling fans? Welcome to episode number 220 of Smack Talk, presented by SmarkOutMoment.com. I'm Tony Mango, your host of the panel, and joining me on the mic for this episode is Mike Payton.
Smoke weed every day.
Caitlin Ferris.
This show is good, not?
Stephen Wago.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Drew McBigballs.
The big.
The big.
It's funny because they're big.
Hey, the big balls.
Our main event for this episode is going to be Superstar Scores Daniel Bryan, because of obviously most recent events that have been going down with that whole situation. We've got the hot tags coming up in part 2. The rest hold break is in part 3. The Fantasy League's going to end this show in part 5, and part 1 is the same as it always is. The wrestling trivia question of the week, otherwise known as the Ask Him. If you don't know what the Ask Him is, it's pretty simple. There are 2 questions. First question goes to the panel. Second one goes to the audience. They tie in together in some fashion. And start going through last week's questions. The question to the panel was, which 2 people has Triple H defeated 4 times to win a world title? And they were Big Show and Randy Orton. Dane Quinn, he was questioning, he was kind of confused about what happened there because he said about Triple H being the champion going into WrestleMania 2000. That's the case, he was, but that's not factoring in there. The Big Show stuff was Six-Pack Challenge in 1999, Monday Night Raw in 2000, Elimination Chamber in 2009, and the Royal Rumble from this year. And Randy Orton was like 4 actual just matches. He beat the shit out of Orton because fuck Orton, I guess. I don't know. Question to the audience last week, though. Name the 3 people, other than Triple H, who have had over 10 world title reigns in WWE. And that was John Cena, Randy Orton, and Edge. Cena with 15, Orton with 12, Edge with 11. Most people got this right. Christopher Marin, Declan Macri, Last Lundholm, Peter Piccinini, and Guest 5 all guessed correctly. But we had a couple people got tripped up a little bit here because they said Ric Flair. Now, technically, Ric Flair did not have over 10 world title reigns in WWE. He had them outside of WWE. So that's why Ric Flair does not count. So Dirkamania, Bobby Lesnar 86, David Brown, and Silent Winnie Doom. Now, on top of that, Silent Winnie Doom also decided to change things up. He says, in honor of Daniel Bryan's retirement, he'll retire the fucks for the week, instead opting for something more positive. He's going to talk about what he's grateful for, since that was kind of the word of the week. And he says he's grateful for the free content we get from you guys. Grateful for Tony for wrangling you suckers. I guess it's channeling the inner Booker T. Grateful to Peyton for wrangling JD and Jeff. Grateful to Wago for ... being Wago. Grateful to Drew for not giving up and leaving yet. Grateful to Sean for making so many days happy. Hopefully he hasn't quit after Monday. And grateful to Caitlin, spelled Kaylynn.
Hey, I'll take it. At least I'm on the list.
Yeah, for being the Daniel Bryan of this community, showing even the little guy can make it. And finally, I'm grateful for the short time I had Daniel Bryan around, and double grateful for whoever read all that. That was me.
Oh man, he left out Brian. I feel bad for Brian.
Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know. I'm sure he was friends with somebody else, but he never mentioned him either.
Poor Brian. So let's start getting into this week's set of questions. Question to the panel. Which program has had the most weddings in WWE history?
SmackDown.
No.
Raw?
Monday Night Raw.
What?
7 weddings in Monday Night Raw history. Only 3 for SmackDown.
Oh really? Only 3 for SmackDown?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to name them, or is that for the listeners to do?
No, that's not for them to do either. That would have been way too hard. There were 2 that were in NXT, actually. There was one on SummerSlam, which is like the most popular one in Saturday Night's Main Event, and one Tuesday Night Titans. So yeah, we've had a lot of weddings over the years.
Wasn't that Tuesday? Was that like Uncle Elmer or something like that?
Some fucking weird thing. Yeah. So the question to the audience, you don't have to name them all. That would be asking way too much. But which performer has been involved in the most amount of weddings in WWE history? There is somebody who stands out, And it might be easy, might not, I don't know. But if you think you know the answer or you want to take a guess, leave a comment below or send a tweet at SmarkOutMoment with the hashtag AskHim, or leave a comment on the Smark Out Moment page itself. Next week I'll tell you who that person is and anything else we need to talk about. So we're going to continue on in part 2 with the hot tags, everybody. If you're on iTunes and Stitcher, you don't have to do anything. But if you're on YouTube, just click on part 2 and we'll start getting into those.